It's actually really good. So the plan for today is I want to clean all the junk out of here and give the inside a good vacuum, and then I want to paint the inside, paint it black. And yeah, that's where we'll start, and not sure where it's all going to finish. All right, so that's a lot of black. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. None of it gets seen, except for this little strip along here, between the windscreen and the dash. None of the rest of this is going to get seen. It's all going to be covered up with carpet and whatever, but I don't know, I felt like it couldn't just leave the inside white and all crusty and crummy like it was, so yeah, gave it just a real rough coat of black. And of course it's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be. Yeah, pretty happy with that actually. I'm gonna get something to eat and let this paint cure. Okay, so back at it. I've just dragged the doors out and I found a few bits I wasn't that happy with. So yeah, I've done some more bodywork on this door, just in this one section there. And then on this door I found a bit here I wasn't happy with as well. So other than that though, these doors are good. But this is what happens. I was sort of getting real deep into it, just sort of actually sweeping the shed out, getting ready to start shooting high build primer, and then you find something you're not happy with and you sort of go back a couple of steps. But that's okay. Like I've said a few times, you're much better to be discovering this stuff now than after you've got it painted. So I need to etch prime over the small repairs. Then I'll get back to preparing to shoot high build. I need to mask off the car and all that. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of masking work to do, so I need to sort of get into that as well. All right, car's all masked off. It took quite a number of hours. It's I don't think I know anyone that likes masking off cars, but maybe you do. I used a roll and a half of masking tape, and I guess masking tape's one of those funny things that for me it's ridiculously expensive. It's like $8.50 for a reasonable roll of masking tape, which it doesn't make sense to me, but anyway, that's what the stuff costs. And you can't do it without it. So I've been talking about putting this thing in high build primer for as long as I can remember. The time has come. Just looking over the body to make sure that I'm happy with sealing all this goodness in. And I think one thing I need to do is I need to put the car down at a reasonable height. I can't reach across the roof very well at this height, so I'll get it off the. I might just lower it down on these jack stands. Yeah, I'll just drop it down, maybe a foot. Yeah, here we go. So this is the high build that I'm using. I've actually never used that one before. I'm sure it'll be fine. And this is the gun that I use. This is a Black Ridge. This is either a super cheap brand or an Aldi brand or even a Bunnings brand, I'm not sure. But for primers and high builds and stuff, I only ever use cheap guns. Who am I kidding? My good gun isn't very expensive either. It's not garbage, but it's certainly not flash. But on with the show. Just give the car a wipe down with wax and grease remover, of course, before you put anything on it. And then I'll start mixing up and shooting it. So, it's in high build. Well, at least 2 doors, the boot lid and the shell is. The front guards, the valance and the bonnet, well, the bonnet's going to be a different colour. It's going to be black. And one of the guards I'm not happy with, so I'm going to rework those and then I'll get them into high build later on. But no, it's all very good. The first gun that I used, it must have an air leak somewhere because it was the flow of paint wasn't consistent and it was sort of sputtering out a little bit, and that's a bad day when you're fighting that. So anyway, so fortunately I had another gun, another cheapie, so I flicked over to that after doing I think it was after I'd done the first 2 doors. I switched over guns and that worked much better. I've literally just finished shooting it now, so it's still drying, so I'm not going to touch it or anything. But yeah, gave it 2 full coats, and in some of the bits which are sort of at eye level, I gave it 3 coats. So for example, on these rear pillars, I gave them 3 coats, and that just gives me the ability to block it back a little bit more, just in case. But no, really satisfied with the progress. Yeah, so it's going to be, like I said, I'll be finishing off the other 2 front guards, and I'll get them into high build, and then I'll be blocking all this back, ready for colour. But that'll be next time. It's time for a cold beer. Thanks for watching.